comfortable, 'cause the feelings are mutual. To feel something so sweet in the thick midsummer heat, pulled out by the undertow, washed up right onto the shore. Tide came in like the sea and washed all over me. We're not holding back any hesitancy we've had. To the fast lane we'll lose track. I hope we won't crash. Second gear into overdrive. Lips said let's take it slow. Heart sets another tone, and I hate getting vulnerable, but you can have my whole soul. And we're not holding back any hesitancies we had. You hold the key and I'm on track. You're dead late to me and that's that. Hard to say it, but that's where I'm at. We're burning the rubber and biting the dust. There's nothing to it, I'm starting to feel the rush. Starting to feel the rush. Now we're in overdrive, overdrive, overdrive. Now we're in overdrive, overdrive. Second gear into overdrive, overdrive, overdrive. Second gear into overdrive.
Hey Evo, hey Panda. Muted for the first 10 seconds. Happy to have you here. I hope you guys don't mind being here a little earlier. I have kind of a date later. So I'm streaming a little earlier today because I really want to continue the game. Because it was so much fun yesterday. How you doing, Evo? I know Panda's a little worried today. Sorry to hear that. But I've, we've jammed today already. A bunch. I've read your messages on tough days, as you know. I'm here for you, and you know that's honey. How are you, Evo? I imagine you're either in class or headed to class really soon. So I'm happy to have you here. But also, of course, always happy to have some liquors. Not much to do at work, so I'm working on some schoolwork. Yeah, I thought you would. Another hour before class. Okay. But still, if you want to focus mainly on schoolwork, that's totally fine. You do what's best for you, both of you. I think I realized very early on in the process that telling people everything that's going on would make me very emotional and draining to be around. So I've kind of only been telling people things that it pertains to them. So no one this guy has a full idea. And all the hugs for you. Like, you know we're there for you. All of us. You're an amazing person, Hannah, and I'm constantly so amazed by you. You truly are exceptional. Or you. No, you. And let me find that. There. That's 4. 4 is more than 3. Always, Panda. Always. Alright, let's see. We have... Ooh, we apparently even have game audio. But I don't. Okay, sorry guys. Need a minute? Or more like a second. Oh, my headphones. Something funny. Here we go. Alright. Let's continue. I was really surprised we made it 50, over half the game yesterday. That's amazing. So I'm guessing we'll finish today. I've already decided, I really want to play the second time and make different decisions, but I will not do that on stream. For 2 reasons. First, I want to motivate people to play the game themselves and try different things and not spoil everything. And also, I feel like I need something to play off stream. Because I have so many games I want to play, and I was like, oh no, but I want to play them on stream so people can watch and see them.
Looks like I'm headed to room 507.
Okay. Another secret message? Yeah, exactly. That's where we stopped. That's another code broken and another lead to follow. I asked Beth to find a Michael in the logbook. And just as I'd hoped, there was only one staying with us at the moment, Michael Vermont, the son of Anne Vermont in 507. Precisely where we stopped. Awesome. Oh. Let the snooping commence. It's a bit of a mess in room 507, but nothing out of the ordinary for a mother and child staying for such a long period of time. Where should I start investigating? There's an open suitcase lying on the bed that immediately drew my attention, but there's lots of other things lying around too. Okay, first things first, we close the door. We open the door.
Get to the bottom of this and find out what links these rooms together.
Okay, the thing is, I did some thinking. You know, technically, we have a do not disturb sign, so I'm not supposed to
Looks
be
like
in here.
someone grew tired of looking at your face, Mr. Beaumont.
Uh-huh. For sure. So, I'm not even sure I should clean the room. Because, you know, I'm not technically supposed to be here.
He's all but outright threatening you. Oh, I hope you can stay as far away from him as possible.
Okay, so that's French. And it translates for us, yes. I just met with a damn lawyer. You've got some balls to accuse me of all that. As if you were so irreproachable yourself. You would think I don't know where you spend your nights. But worst of all is that you won't let me see my son. You won't even tell me where he is. If you think you have a chance to get custody, you really don't know me well. I won't let you take Michael away from me. Okay, so mother and father divorced, fighting over custody of the child. White Cat Bar and Restaurant. Okay. Oh, look at that little boat. Oh yeah, it has eyes. It has eyes. Look at those big eyes. How cute is that? Oh, that's such a cute toy. Oh.
Mr. Cruz, huh?
Uh-huh. Okay.
Numbers, dates, times. What does it all mean?
Yeah, I was worried about that when I walked into the room and that bottle was really, you know. Okay, lipstick. And more lipstick. Okay, so supposedly 2 women drinking brandy together here. Mr. Beaumont, Anne's husband, for now. The relationship is not in a good place, to put it lightly. It seems his wife fled with their son and is now trying to divorce him. Mr. Beaumont is clearly hurt, but a wounded, cornered animal can be just as dangerous, if not more. I hope there's nothing behind his threats, but knowing that Anne and Michael have had to hide out in a hotel for a month isn't encouraging. Oh, by the way, I did some thinking. Remember the teddy bears that looked a bit burned? In a room with the guy who has like 15k of debt? If I remember correctly, I don't know if you can look into the logbook again, and I didn't check in the VOD, but I'm pretty sure that room 504 had just one person, an adult. And you know, since the teddies are a bit burned, I was thinking, you know, maybe, you know, a man who had a child, but the child died in a fire. Like their house burned down, and you know, all that's left is the burned dead teddy bears. It would be really sad. Okay. 507. Found a picture, no caption. Seems the husband's face was burned by a cigarette. Husband's angry letter, threatening letter from Mr. Beaumont to his wife. Matchbook from the White Cat, a bar downtown. For 9. Oh, okay. It's not the same. 1824. I want to go back and check Mr. Cruz's calendar. Like, okay. Business card notes. One of Dr. Cruz's business cards left in the vanity. Violet lipstick stain. Violet lipstick? Mrs. Cruz had one like that. One of our coffee cups. This one is stained with a violet red lipstick mark. Orange lipstick stain. I'm guessing that was Mrs. Beaumont. I remember Mrs. Cruz having a very dark violet red lipstick. I can't open that. No, I can't move the furniture. Or maybe they're locked, you know? I didn't consider that last time, just because the furniture was in the way anyway. Gloves again. Same gloves everyone has. Ooh, another brand of cigarettes. Nice. Red Lion. So far we only had Old Port. Filter. Ink size, okay. Again, considering that they put it do the disturb sign out, I'm not planning on cleaning anything. And just leaving everything as I found it. This letter has been sent to you and has been around the world 3 times. The one who breaks the chain will have bad luck. Mr. Smith received the letter in 1953, made 33 copies and sent them. 3 days later, he won the lottery. Mr. Jones received it in 1956 and made 33 copies and sent them. 3 days later, he discovered an old treasure in his backyard. Mr. Williams received the letter and burned it. His wife and 3 kids died in a fire that very night. Mr. Green forgot the letter in a drawer and lost his job. When he found the letter again, he got a better job than before. In no case should this chain be broken. Make 33 copies and send them. You will experience great joy within 3 days. Wow. Chain letters. Insane. Huh. Okay.
Those few coins in my tip jar were getting pretty lonely. They'll appreciate the company.
Oops.
Aw, that's so sweet. I didn't do much, but I'm glad it meant something to you.
Oh, okay, it was for us. Dear Sophie, thank you so much for taking care of our room every day and bringing us extra sheets. Michael and I wanted to give you a little something before we left. Sincerely, A.
That look in your eyes. What does it mean? And who is this from?
You don't need to know my name, but you've seen me. I recognized that look in your eyes when you checked in. You and I don't need to make a fuss about this. You keep your wits about you, and I'll do the same. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Evo. That's what I was thinking. I mean, I'm playing with fire a little bit. Clarington Hotel to our reception staff. Okay. Well, this was a letter. So, okay, so this is a piece of paper from the hotel.
Either a guest got a hold of our stationery, or this came from someone on the staff.
Uh-huh. Since this was a piece of paper directed to the staff, that's suspicious. Okay. You know, maybe I will clean the room. I mean, I still have 2 fresh towels in my inventory that I kind of want to get out of there. The winds and the leaves that day made a sound that sounded like really Anne. The winds and the leaves that day made the tree whistle. A soft melody that came to my ear. I remember every part of this day. For it was the day we met. Jesus, this is bad. I was looking for my cat when I heard the sound of the leaves blowing in the wind, just like a melody to my ear on this summer day where I met you. Okay. Sounds like it's got a chain letter. Bedside note, mysterious handwritten note. Writing attempts. Someone's unsuccessful writing attempts. Oh no. Empty window frame, empty picture frame.
You almost look like Marcella.
Uh-huh.
You almost look like Marcella.
I was hoping I would be another person. Okay, so... Mount Royal College, Montreal, 1947. Very interesting. Hey, Frosted Pops! Oh, okay. I guess that's a bit of a bug. Free yo-yo inside. Yeah, we found that in the hallway. Some cereal. Okay. Okay, yeah. See at the back of the box to discover how you can get a unique chance to visit our factory in Calgary, Alberta. Offers you a chance to visit its amazing cereal factory. To win, it's simple. You've got to do is draw Frostbite, our beloved mascot, enjoying delicious bowl of whipped sugar frost. You can only participate once, so be sure to send your very best drawing. Offer ends on July 31st. 58. Available to Canadian residents only. Includes 2 days stay at the New Horizon Hotel in Calgary and 10 complimentary sugar frosted pops. Does not include plane or train ticket. Factory tour limited to visitors area only. Access to factory floor restricted. A picture of a young group of women with their teachers on the back, a caption. Blanket forward. Colored pencils.
So you were eager to set up a meeting, but didn't want anyone noticing.
I hope you are well in spite of the circumstances. We've been on the train for 2 days now. It's a long ride. Made even longer by the fact I cannot wait to see you again. We are scheduled to arrive in Montreal on the eve of Valentine's Day. I booked room 509. It's a marital suite. When we arrive, please refrain from talking to me until we can figure out a safe way to see each other. Say hello to Michael for me. That's Marcella. Mr. Beaumont, Clarington Hotel.
Did Marcella send this?
Okay, you know what? I have a theory. We had that one room that was, no, a little bit trashed, but not completely trashed, with 2 women. One of them was basically someone getting married next week, and her best friend, like having a wild week. And there were some hints strewn in it that it might be like lesbians. And like one of them's getting married because, you know, in the 50s you can't be gay. I'm getting some vibes that that's kind of what happened here. Like, Marcella and Anne were into each other, but kind of married because, again, you can't be gay in the 50s. And now Anne wants to has a son, wants to get divorced, and set up a meeting here to meet Marcella. I mean, maybe I'm overthinking this.
Oh, Michael. Adults can be so confusing. I promise it's not you.
Dad, I'm sorry, but Mom asked me not to tell you the name of our hotel. She allowed me to talk about our room, though. We have 2 little beds, a radio, and even a television. Mom let me build a fort, and the maid brought us extra blankets. She's really nice. The hotel is nice too, but I miss home. I wish Mom and you could be happy, and I wish everything could go back to the way it was before. But Mom says it's impossible. She says she no longer loves you. Do you think she'll ever stop loving me too? Michael. Poor boy. Postcard of a train passing through a field. Letter from Michael to his father. Okay, grammar book. Oh, belonging to Michael. To Anne Bursey. Okay. Subject: Michael's withdrawal from school. Dear Mrs. Bursey. Bursey? Why is Bursey all of a sudden? Wasn't her name Beaumont or Beaumont? We have successfully processed your request to withdraw your son Michael Bursey from his school's schedule and system under the agreement that you will continue his education from home. Okay, so homeschooling. Following this letter, you will receive the list of books and school materials you need to purchase in order to follow the curriculum from home. A social worker will be in touch to help you understand our milestones so that your son can benefit from our programs from the comfort of his home. Thank you for thinking of your son's education, Director Donald Byron. Is there a date somewhere? Or was that just, getting him out of school so she can run away with him? Escaping the husband?
Sounds like this is from your school days, but the name of the sender is smudged.
December 26, 1945. Dear Anne, you were right. I miss the snow already. It's so hot right now in Texas. We know someone who lives in Texas. It's quite a shock after the cool weather of Montreal. My family has never seen snow before, and I could not find the words to tell them how beautiful it is. They don't understand what they are missing. I wish I could build my brothers a snowman like the one we built together a few weeks ago. I know it's childish, but I had not had that much fun in years. Christmas was exhausting. 9 days of eating, singing, dancing. It's great fun, but I'm glad it's over so I can rest a little. Of course, celebrations will resume for New Year, but it gives me a few days to relax. How are things going with your family? I know you don't get along well, but I hope you are still able to have a good time. I will leave for Montreal on the 8th. I cannot wait to be back. I miss finding black cat hairs all over my clothes. I miss our late night studying session at Harry's. I even miss Sister Miller's classes, if you can believe it. I will see you soon. Warm wishes.
Aha! Keys are Snoop's best friend. Funny how some games really stand the test of time. I used to play this with Mom all the time. Funny how some games really stand the test of time. I used to play this with Mom all the time.
That frame is also empty.
So a husband can abuse his wife and just get away with it? And people like Linda still think divorce is wrong? Ugh.
Witches and Carter, attorneys at law. Dear Anne, I have met with Louis, and he has asked me to give you the enclosed letter. I think I should reiterate that some of your accusations, such as wife abuse, are not grounds for divorce in Quebec. I understand you are hurt, but I do not think antagonizing your husband is very wise at the moment. Do not forget to be in court at 11 AM on the 20th. Be on time. Also a friendly reminder that my fees for January need to be paid before the end of this month. I'm happy to help you out, but I cannot work pro bono for this. Sincerely, Howard. Okay, no, Hector. I wasn't sure if Mr. Cruz's first name was Howard. That's Hector. Okay.
Bridget Boswell. Didn't I see that name somewhere earlier?
Yeah. Okay. Greta! Dog. Oh.
I'll need another key to unlock this. Haven't I seen one just like this somewhere?
Where? Have I? Okay, maybe I do need to clean the room. Toolbar leather. Leather from M. Attorney. Adam or Eve. Oh, cat collar. Okay, so not dog, a cat. Chest full of secrets. There's an ornate wooden chest sitting in the suitcase on Anne's bed. It's a beautiful, it reminds you of Grandma's jewelry box. The one she bought me in Quebec City from his street window, or chiseled all of his own words. Something that beautiful must be holding something of value, right? If I can't find the key, I can take a look for myself. 2 keys are better than 1. Keys, keys, keys. I don't think I've ever used so many in one day. Not content to open with 1 key, this fussy chest requires 2. Which is a little daunting, but Anne wouldn't have brought the chest without both keys, right? I'll just have to look around. It should be easier now that I know what I'm looking for. It's not designed like your everyday key after all. Ah, okay. That's
A lovely shade of lipstick.
the orange one. Yeah. So it was Anne and Marcella. Or like Mrs. Cruz. With red orange lipstick, yeah.
That key looks so familiar. Why do I associate it with room 505?
Thank you. On my own, also would like to. No, I'm not gonna throw that away. Go back here. No, what was the business card notes? 17th of February, 7 p.m. 1824. I mean, do you think these could be trains? Numbers of trains? And travel dates? Like a train leaving at this time on the 17th? Because I think there has to be some connection to Mr. Cruz. And for the 17th, he just has scheduled a return trip. I don't know. And let me inspect that again. Can I do something? Open it. I want to see if I missed something. No. Okay, package around 505. That's not the right key. That's not the key I'm looking for. And also, I can't really remember finding a key here with such an extraordinary shape, and I don't like this music. And yes, it's of course the same author. There's no key here. There's more film. I mean, even though I'm regretting having thrown it all away, I want to commit, you know? In this playthrough, I'm throwing away all the photos. Might be a mistake, but I'm doing it.
There you are. With Marcella. God knows where she is.
Clarington Hotel reception desk, Beth speaking.
Hey, Beth.
Bean, I've been meaning to speak with you.
Oh, about what?
Well, a little birdie told me Mr. Morgan and Mr. Cruz had an argument yesterday evening.
Really? Who's your little birdie?
Jacques. Apparently it got so heated he had to get involved. And listen to this. It sounds like I was on the right track, 'cause he heard a particular word thrown around quite a lot. Wanna guess what it is?
Cowabunga. I mean, I was guessing blackmail.
Blackmail?
No, that was your theory, remember? It's a fair.
Ah, damn it. It's a fair.
Did Jack hear anything else?
From what he told me, it seemed like Mr. Cruz was accusing Mr. Morgan of having an affair with his wife. Wouldn't have expected Mrs. Cruz to fall for a man like Morgan, but I guess the heart wants what the heart wants.
Maybe, but that doesn't explain Mrs. Beaumont's involvement with Mrs. Cruz.
What do you mean?
I found a chest in room 507. I think it can only be opened by turning 2 keys at once. I found one of them in Mrs. Beaumont's things.
Oh, and the other one?
Well, I remembered seeing a similar key in one of Mr. Morgan's stocking pictures, so I went back to check. Mrs. Cruz wears it as a pendant. It looks identical to Mrs. Beaumont's key.
Wait, so Mrs. Beaumont and Mrs. Cruz own identical keys that are both needed to open a mysterious chest? Yeah, there's definitely something going on here.
Mm-hmm.
I think Mrs. Cruz and Mrs. Beaumont might be the ones having the affair.
That's an interesting theory. Did you find any clues that might support this?
Nothing concrete. I mean, I did find a letter that suggests they may have gone to college together, but they could just as well be good friends, right?
Yeah, that's one way to put it.
I guess we'd know for sure if we could have a look at that chest, but I don't think I'll be able to open it. I've looked around room 509. I would have seen the second key if it was there. Mrs. Cruz must have left with it this morning.
Yeah.
We were so close. I can't believe it all ends here.
Well, hold on. I may have an idea. Get me a candle and some plaster, and maybe I can do something about that pesky chest.
How?
I'll tell you later. Just find me those things and I'll meet you in the basement as soon as I manage to leave my post.
All right. Thank you for not giving up.
Come on, you know I wouldn't let you down.
Out of my reach. I had a feeling that I'd seen that peculiar kind of key before, and my feeling was right. Sort of. I have seen it before in a photograph. It's in a picture of the Cruzes in Mr. Morgan's safe. Marcella had the key around her neck while walking with Hector in the lobby. Chances are she still has the key on her, and she's nowhere to be found at the moment. So what now? This feels like a dead end. Getting crafty. I have no idea what Beth thinks that we can open Anne's chest with candles and plaster. But I was promised an explanation once I made my way to the basement with those 2 items, so I'll just have to put my trust in her. Now, plaster shouldn't be hard to find in a hotel that's undergoing renovations. I walk by bags of the stuff every day. I'll start with that, then see about getting some candles.
Plaster and candles. Well, half the hotel's under renovation. I should be able to find plaster somewhere around here.
You know, I'm so mad. I'm gonna try it. But I'm so mad that I cannot.
Locked. It looks like the code is made up of 4 letters.
Yeah, how about you try N? I would like to try that, okay? Would you let me? No? Of course not?
Great. This takes care of half of this little scavenger hunt. As for the candles, doesn't Rebecca keep some in her locker downstairs?
I candle it. I got a plaster that Beth requested, so that just leaves the candles. Rebecca is always super prepared and terrified of the dark. If I recall correctly, she keeps a stash of candles somewhere in the hotel. I want to find them. I think my first stop should be the basement, where she spends most of her time. Let's go. Oh, break room's open. Awesome. No, I don't want to close it. I want to go through it. Thank you.
Where are you going? What do you want? Are you here to apologize? Apologize? I'm not the one who should be apologizing.
I can't believe that I fell in love with you.
Wait,
What?
I want my mother's ring back.
No.
There. I don't want it anymore.
What?
Okay. Now, Jacques is crying as well. Is he being pressured to break up with Wendy or what? Have you heard there's a famous movie director staying in 602? Jay. Yes, I was there when he checked in. I don't know who he is, but he must be pretty important because Bernard was almost licking his boots. He even let the man bring his dogs in the hotel. Is he shooting a picture in Montreal? I've heard he's here on a scout, but I'm not sure what it means. Maybe he's making a picture on Boy Scouts. No. Do you think he'll shoot it in the hotel? Hope he does. Imagine we could meet famous actors like James Dean. Let's hope the director has supernatural powers because Dean is very much dead. What? James Dean is dead? Okay, then why is he vet? Jacques? Andrew's Book Club. Okay. So it's either really popular or people don't care at all.
I'm not sure how the children are affected by what goes on at a bar on a Friday night. But I'm no lieutenant, so... Ah, my new home, according to Suzanne and Yvette. Wouldn't be surprised if everyone's a little bit more on edge today. Bad weather has a way of doing that. This is horrible. I don't think I'll ever understand what pushes people to go so far as killing.
That's just a paper. People playing cards. We read about that. I see a note.
I don't always get fashion, but these are fun to look at. When half the pages haven't been cut out.
Nail polish advertisement? Pretty color. It seems to be a makeup brand. Wasn't Chloe the brand of Mrs. Cruise's lipstick? Whoever keeps stealing my lunch, want my Tupperwares back, Susan. Okay. It's your job to prank others. Okay.
This is probably Beth's latest project. It's really cool how she has an eye for this kind of thing.
Uh-huh. Beth is into fashion. Beth was the one who's doing the laundry, isn't it?
Don't worry, Gossiper. I'm coming back to you. I still haven't learned all of Gracie Jones' secrets. Gotta hold on to these tight.
Second master key. Bobby realizes it's the person with the lowest score who wins, right? Okay. February 5th, 1958. To all employees, it has come to my attention that several guests have complained about a member of our staff going through their belongings in your absence. This has to stop now. Yikes. Gossiper, I barely even know her. Yeah, definitely, you know, member of staff going through the belongings of the clients, of the guests. Hasn't been happening at all, has it? Nervous laughter. Anyone with information regarding the situation should come to my office as soon as possible. I want the person behind this swiftly identified and reprimanded. Should no one come forward within a week, punitive measures will be taken against all of you. Yikes. Oh, wow. Sandra always greets clients with a fake? Fork? Fork. Yeah. Be like Satan. Okay.
Tempting, but every penny adds up, Sophie.
I mean, I have a couple of coins. I know that were my tip. But honestly, I'm holding on to them. I could place them into the tip jar.
Guys, where in this hotel haven't you made out?
Woo! Achievement. Found all the kissing spots. Anthony, Jax, Bobby, Eugene. Just checking out the name. Because we are 3 people discussing.
Top priority. Oh, I'd very much like to speak to him, trust me, but I just can't find him. He's nowhere to be found. Gone. Disappeared. I don't know what on earth's going on today. Is it because of that goddamn snowstorm? Or was there something in the coffee this morning? What do you mean? Well, the whole staff's completely off today. Shock, leaving luggage carts everywhere. Wendy asked me for a day off. Beth. Oh, don't even get me started on Beth. Oh, and that maid? What's her name? Sylvie? I never noticed how odd she is.
Sophie, you mean? I like her. She's a good girl.
You know what? I should call the city. Tell them they don't need to build that new madhouse next door. There's one right here.
Oh, Bernard, it's not that bad. I'm here, aren't I? Come here. Let me help you forget about all that for a minute.
Okay. By the way, we successfully protected Eugene from getting fired. Eva says, I don't know, this just sounds like whoever is doing it is putting back things sloppily, shaking my head. Yeah.
Candles,
I agree.
candles, candles. I think Rebecca keeps a stash of them, but where?
Ooh, I could go to the laundry room now. Awesome. Yeah, let's go to the laundry room first. See if we can find anything interesting here. Okay, something 216.
Ooh, is this a movie script?
Change title not catchy enough in a northwesterly direction. Screenplay by E.L. Needs more murders and kill a tornado? What? Why cut the scene inside the nose? That's part of the script. See if James Stewart is available. Okay. Yeah, I got some lost and found stuff, huh? Paper note with funny drawings, red lipstick, 250 in loose change, business card 3 times, peppermints, cigarette pack, old board, silver ring, 4 $1 bills, green pen, movie script, 20 cents in loose change, cigarette pack, red lion, paper note with numbers, black pen twice, 130 in loose change. Okay, so that's the order numbers. What's been found in the clothes, so that she can give it back to the guests. Oh, candles.
Stash uncovered. Reb, you won't mind if I just take one, right? Got a candle. Now, what next?
Call Beth and wait for her until she's 3. Door can't open. There's the drain. Rebecca, the washing machines are not broken. The problem comes from the pipes. They're completely frozen. It's only a matter of time before they burst and flood the entire basement. I warned Bernard about this issue last week, but of course he only cares about renovating the parts of the hotel the guests can't see. Behind that nice facade, everything is crumbling. I'll see what I can do, but it's not maintenance we need, it's a freaking miracle. Eugene. Oh boy, that's not good. Frozen pipes? Yeah. Not good at all. Oh. Look at that.
Mr. VIP is really getting to Bobby.
Rebecca, I confess, I'm about to commit murder. I don't care who he is, how rich he is, how famous he is. The VIP guest in 602 is a goddamn psycho. He ordered room service this morning, but somehow the plates got mixed up and received eggs instead of pancakes. It happens, right? Well, the man rushed to the kitchen in a frenzy and yelled at us for 10 minutes straight, saying eggs are disgusting and he hates them. I should have told him he's disgusting and I hate him. I thought of spitting in his next meal, but before leaving he swore he'd never order anything from our kitchen ever again. Without the shadow of a doubt, this is the worst establishment I have ever visited, he said in his pompous accent. If he ever sends his clothes downstairs to be cleaned, can you be a good friend and stitch all of his pockets? Any other form of sabotage would do too, but I know you're creative. Just be careful not to arouse too much suspicion, Bobby.
I hope you managed to calm him down, Reb. The last thing the Clarington needs today is a murdered guest.
Why do I feel like the Clarington's gonna have a murdered guest today? Anything else I can check out in this letter? No. Backside, plain. Okay. Trust the process. Got a bag of plaster and one of Rebecca's candles. I can only imagine the help and I would give baby caught me walking around with these items, not exactly part of a maid's typical arsenal. Now to figure out how exactly these are going to help me open a locket chest. I'm sure it will make sense soon, Sophie. Yeah. I'm pretty sure I know what Beth's going to do with it, to be honest. Basement. Half erased code. Lost items list.
There you are.
Oh damn.
I'm not sure I understand what the plan is here.
Well, when I was little, we had padlocks on many of the farm's sheds. My dad would always lose the keys, so one day he made a mold of them using wax and plaster. I was thinking of doing the same.
Are you sure it's gonna work?
Absolutely not. But hey, I guess we won't know until we try.
Yeah, you're right.
So let's do this.
That's what I was thinking.
Okay, to start, we need to pour the wax from the pot. Have you done this before? You're a real pro. Now, time to put the... Let's give it a few seconds, so the mold really takes form. Okay, I think you can remove it. Well, we're almost there. Just pour the cup of plaster into the mold. All right. Now we wait for it to dry.
How long do you think it's gonna take?
I don't know. I guess we'll keep poking it every now and then.
I bet you didn't think you'd be making a plaster key today, huh?
Indeed. But I like it. It's rare that this job allows me to use my creative side.
Your creative side?
Well, granted, this key won't end up in any museum, but I enjoy the occasional artistic endeavor.
Like drawing or like making collages?
Like collages? That one's yours, right?
Yeah. I like to take fashion magazines and fix their lack of vision.
Their lack of vision?
I just think that fashion designers have been getting pretty lazy and bland lately. Don't get me wrong, my own creations are often a mess. But I like to think I'm good at editing. Putting things together to make them shine. I promise, underneath this terribly designed uniform, there is a girl with taste.
I believe you, but I've never actually seen you outside of work.
Oh God, that's true. Well, we have to remedy that. Now that we're solving a mystery together, we may as well grab drinks too. What do you say?
By the way, we're gonna romance here in a minute. What if the locks were slightly different, so the keys can't be copied? Well, then we're shit out of luck.
Yeah, we should. I don't know why we never thought of it before.
Well, it's this place, you know? When your shift's over, you just want to forget everything about it.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
But some things are worth remembering. Hey, look! I think it's dry.
I can't believe it worked. I could not have done this without you.
Yeah, probably not. Well, I should get back upstairs before Bernard notices my absence. If he hasn't already. Let me know how it goes with the key. Oh, and be careful while turning it, okay? You wouldn't want it to break inside the lock.
Yeah, I'll be careful. Thank you for everything.
No problem.
Foreshadowing. Possibly he was thinking the same thing, you know, this key is gonna be brilliant. We'll see if it breaks. Now can I return the master key I borrowed? Yes, thank you. Were we able to access Rebecca's locker before? Rebecca is in room 602 is getting on my nerves. Keeps ordering food that's on the menu. We don't usually do special orders, but Bernard was adamant that we make all of his wishes come true. Do I look like a goddamn genie? That's not even the worst of it, though. Every night he barges in the kitchen as if he was at home, asking for meat for his precious little terriers. Who feeds dogs? $4 roast beef. I think so, but I could be wrong. Yeah, I don't think so either. I can't even afford $4 roast beef for myself. Bobby. You know, maybe it was locked earlier. Now it's unlocked. And, you know, we were supposed, because I think I remember Sophie saying Rebecca keeps candles in her locker. But that's not where we found them. So I think the game wanted us to go check out the locker, which was now unlocked, and then check out the laundry room after. But, you know, me trying to be the smart player, I went to the room that I didn't think the game wanted us to go. Rebecca, the kitchen is out of power again, and I can barely see a thing. Bernard wants us to continue working, but I'm not risking chopping off my fingers for the blowhard. Didn't you start hoarding candles since the last power outage? Remember you saying you never wanted to be caught in the dark basement? Again, where's your stash? It's urgent, please, Bobby. Yeah, so I'm guessing I would have kind of gotten a hint.
It's locked.
We didn't check out Beth's
Didn't
either.
I find one of these in Anne's room too? The White Cat must be a popular spot.
Popular spot for lesbians? Question mark.
Are you looking to buy land? I know you grew up on a farm. Maybe you're looking to get back to nature.
Bomb upstate? Question mark.
Wait, is this you, Beth? What on earth led to this picture being taken? Is that a live alligator? I think I'd die on the spot.
Exy.
Fine. Keep your secrets locker off limits.
Okay, I think that's one we checked. Yeah, that's one we checked already.
It's locked.
Zoe, Carol. Yeah, remember that? No.
Off limits.
Wendy. Pretty sure we did Wendy. Oh yeah, wait, we did Wendy's. Yeah. Susan. Yeah. Susan, Yvette. We did those. Okay. By the way, a woman with a name starting with J. We have Yvette, Susan, the gossipers, Janine. Just thinking about the note in the break room where you had three people
good.
talking about the VIP guest. Okay. I'll just leave. Yeah. Double the keys. Double the fun. After I got the candle, I met up with Beth in the break room, and the plan was finally unveiled to mix plaster and wax and use the key I found in 547 to create a double. I would have never thought of this on my own, that's for sure. While waiting for the double to solidify, I got the chance to talk to Beth some more. The downtime even gave us a chance to talk about something other than the day's weirdness. Of course, now I have to go back to test our handiwork, back to Anne's room, and pray to the Lord and Savior that the key doesn't break.
Careful, Sophie. You don't want this key to break.
It forms a heart. That is cute.
Unlike my favorite bar, this one was black. Her alliterative name will surely take you back. These two sure love their riddles.
In Atlanta, I noticed yours was pretty worn down, so I decided to buy you a new one. I hope you like it. And since you enjoy them so much, here's a little puzzle to figure out the combination. 2 5-letter words are the key, both related to our history. We get better. Trying to rest today. I'll bring you hot soup after class,
Huh. Marcella invited you to the movies. Let me guess. You said yes.
Postman Always Rings Twice is a play at Lowe's Theatre tonight. It's based on a novel I read a while back. I'm sure you would love it, seeing as you like crime stories and murders so much. Nothing creepy about that. Will you come with me? On movie tickets. Lower Theatre, Montreal, Canada. I can barely listen to Sister Miller's lecture today in secret language. All I do is look at your lips and imagine kissing you. I can't wait for tonight. So the secret messages were between Anne and Marcella. That's their secret language. August 11th, 1946, dear Anne. I have just heard Doris Day on the radio and it made me think of you. I know how much you love Sentimental Journey, counting every mile of railroad track that takes me back. Last time I was in Texas, it felt like coming home. Now, strangely, I feel away from home. I wish you were here with me. I always feel at home in your arms. I can hardly believe it has been 5 weeks since we last saw each other. Sometimes I wonder if I might be going crazy. You are always in my head. Everything reminds me of you. Not only songs on the radio, but silly things like the flowers in our garden that smell of your shampoo, or when people say the word darling, and I can hear you say it with your lovely French accent. Darling. My family seems to have noticed my odd behavior, but of course I cannot tell them about you. Even though I wish I could. I feel like climbing on the roof of the tallest building in Austin and shouting my feelings to you at the top of my lungs. God, I sound like a giddy teenager in love for the very first time. Maybe I am. Sometimes I'm scared that all this time with you was nothing but a dream. A dream too good to be true. I'm afraid that when I return to Montreal, I will realize you never existed. Or if you do exist, you don't remember me. I wish I had a picture of the two of us, so I'd know for sure it was real. I long for the embrace and the taste of your sweet lips. I love you, M.
Doris Day. That's an alliteration, isn't it? Doris. I-S.
December 29th, 1947. Dear Anne, I'm sorry it took me so long to answer your last letter. Has it been 6 months already since I left Montreal? As you always say, le temps passe si vite. My parents are glad I'm done with my studies. They always thought it was a strange idea for me to go to university. Now they want me to find a husband and have children like any other woman. I think I will. These past 3 months I had a lot of time to reflect on our relationship. You know my feelings for you, and I hope you never forget how much I love you. But we cannot hide our heads in the sand any longer. We were lucky our story lasted as long as it did, and foolish to think it would last forever. Our love is forbidden, and hiding it from my family is proving more and more difficult every day. You will always have a special place in my heart, but I believe it's time for us to go our separate ways. You made me feel like a teenager. You made everything but the present disappear. Now I need to be an adult and think about the future. Sincerely, M. That's right.
That riddle's a toughie. Maybe I need a fresh pair of eyes on it.
Past, present, and future. The 2 keys, the ladders back and forth, all of the shared memories, neatly preserved for more than a decade. Anne and Marcella were in love, there's no doubt about it. But then, Marcella broke things off, feeling the burden of their secret. She felt that if they parted ways and hid all of this under lock and key, that she could have a normal life. Now Anne and Marcella are both here at the Clarington, over a decade later, in adjacent rooms. I don't think their story is over just yet. Anne's riddle. According to one of the letters in the chest, Anne bought Marcella something that needs a 4-letter key to open. Could it be the case I found on Marcella's bed in 509? Definitely. I need to figure out 2 5-letter words, both related to Anne and Marcella's past. Heading up to class a bit later if you're still alive, otherwise have a good stream rest of the day. Thanks Evo, have a good class, maybe I'll see you later. Bye. Thanks for everything. Unlike my favorite bar, this one was black. Her alliterative name will surely take you back. Okay, so the second one is Doris. And the favorite bar... White cat? But cat's not a 5-letter. 5-letter word. I find some matches in here somewhere? Oh, let me check my clues. Letter, school book letter, Michael letter, postcard, call, picture, writing attempts, bedside note. White cat matchbook. Was that in the bathroom? And only open and close it. I mean, I've got to try and call Beth.
Clarington Hotel reception desk. Beth speaking.
Hey, Beth. Got a minute?
For you, always been.
I opened the chest in room 507.
You did? Damn, I have to admit I didn't really believe in our little plaster key, but way to go.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised as well. It's quite sturdy.
So, spill it. What's in the chest?
A riddle.
A riddle?
I think it was written by Mrs. Beaumont for Mrs. Cruz. And I think the answer will give me the combination for a case I found in room 509. I could use your help with it, though.
Oh, God, I hate riddles. Well, let's hear it. Which part is causing you trouble?
Unlike my favorite bar, this one was black. Do you know what this could mean?
You said Mrs. Beaumont wrote the riddle, right?
Yeah, but I have no idea what her favorite bar is.
I think I do.
Really? How?
That's a story for another time. But if I had to bet, I'd put my money on the white cat.
The
Yeah, I was thinking
white
that too.
Cat. I'm not sure I get it.
Well, if I'm right about the white cat, then we're looking for...
A black cat.
Yep. Why don't you look around to see if there's any mention of a black cat in Mrs. Beaumont's stuff?
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
I
Okay,
will.
okay.
You're not too bad at riddles, you know?
I never said I was bad at them, just that
Okay.
I hate them. Is there anything else?
No, that's all. Thank you.
Don't mention it. I'm just glad I could be of some help.
I'm so stupid.
Call me after you've opened that case.
You know I will.
A cat caller.
A cat named Greta. G.R.
Oh, G-R-I-S. Oh, that's an A, not an R. Sorry. There we are. typewriter.
That novelist, Bridget Boswell, is actually you, Marcella?
Wow, okay. Dear Marcella, or should I say Brigitte? You know I prefer a good crime story, but last week I came upon a romance novel with an intriguing title and they were roommates. I bought it on an impulse at the train station and read it from cover to cover during the journey. Can you imagine my surprise when I recognized our story? You may have changed the names and locations, but all of our moments are there. Our endless discussions in the dorm room, our first date at the theater, our trip to Quebec City. You often said writers are thieves, but I never fully understood until now. It has been almost 10 years since I received your last letter. The letter that painted our relationship as nothing more than a summer fling. At first I could not believe you had written those words. Then I waited in vain for your answer and had to accept your love for me had never been real. For many years I was broken-hearted, angry and confused. I questioned the nature of our feelings, of our attraction, and made many wrong decisions. But this book, your book, am I foolish to think is proof you really loved me? In any case, I hope you are well, and I'm happy to see you have accomplished your dream of becoming a writer. Très sincèrement, A.
Oh, Anne. Murder might be a bit much, but you deserve some kind of justice.
March 25th, 1956. Dear Marcella, I didn't expect you to reply to my letter, but I'm happy to see I was wrong. Your words have comforted me in a time of great distress. If only Lewis was half the man you say Hector is. He has quite a temper and hits me frequently. I am willing to put up with it, as long as it doesn't hurt Michael, but there are some days when it becomes almost unbearable. The other day I dreamt of our first date. We were watching The Postman Only Rings Twice again, and suddenly we were in the movie. You were Lana Turner and I was John Garfield. And we were both plotting to kill my husband. I hate to admit it, but I almost hope it was premature. To answer your question, I do still have our box. My brother is currently in Atlanta for work, and I was thinking of going to see him with Michael next month. If you are able to meet me there, we could open the box together and laugh at the silly things we thought important all those years ago. I hope to hear from you soon. Très sincèrement, A. P.S. Do you remember that secret language we invented to Sister Miller couldn't understand the notes we passed during her class? In secret language, I still do.
I do like a happy ending. I just hope that's where your story is headed.
August 10th, 1957. Dear Marcella, thank you for sending me a signed version of your latest novel. I think it's your greatest work yet. But I do have a few comments to make to help make the next one even better. First, I believe Rose should be more concerned with what she deserves than what her husband deserves. He may not deserve the pain she will cause by leaving him, but they both deserve to be happy, and they won't be as long as they remain together, as long as she doesn't listen to her own needs. Also, I think it would be great if your next novel ended on a more positive note. Imagine if Rose left her husband and rode into the sunset with Eve. Imagine if they went to New York or Los Angeles, some place where people like us are tolerated. Imagine if they got to have their happy ending. It would be the best story ever. I hope you will consider it. Très sincèrement, A. P.S. I know you say invisibility protects us, but don't you just wish to be seen sometimes? Wouldn't you like people to know you are Bridget Boswell? To recognize you on the street? To recognize you for your work? Why not publish your next novel under your own name?
Oh, so you came to Montreal under the pretense of celebrating your wedding anniversary. But all along, you meant to reunite with Anne.
January 13, 1958. Dear Marcella, I left the house. I left Louis. I couldn't take it anymore. I couldn't lie anymore. How do you do it? How do you manage to live a double life? To hide your work and your novels from your husband? I had so much less to hide, and yet... Michael and I are staying at the Clarington Hotel until we find a place to stay and the divorce is done. I don't know how long it will take. Could you come and see me in Montreal? I really need you by my side right now. Très sincèrement, A. P.S. I wouldn't put it past Louis to scour every hotel guest book in the region looking for me under his surname. So I've registered under the name Vermont. Okay! So that's why we had a different surname on the letter from the school. Because he thought, you know, she's hiding from her husband. Dang! I'm not gonna throw those away. What heartless bastard throws those away? No! No, 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 no. Absolutely fucking not.
There's a lot of stuff in here. I don't think I've looked at everything yet. After all this, turns out you're a fan of Bridget? Of Marcella? That's a lot sweeter than I expected.
Jesus, but only half of the letters? Oh boy. Reading! So much reading. September 27th, 1957. Dear Marcella, although you don't know me, I think I can safely say I'm your biggest fan. Your novels have literally changed my life. After the war, I spent almost 10 years in a psychiatric hospital because of panic attacks. No, that's the other one. That's Mr. Sparks, who's not Sparks, whose name is I forgot. I only know his fake name. None of the treatments were working, and I wasn't getting any better. I became friends with one of the nurses who started lending me books so I could pass the time. I didn't really like the first ones. Then I picked up Bridget Boswell's first novel, Your Novel. I had never read such a beautiful love story. It almost brought me to tears to my eyes. I immediately urged the nurse to get me more of your books. Believe it or not, the more I read them, the less panic attacks I had. The doctors thought it was their new medication finally working, but I knew the truth. Your novels gave me the courage to get in contact with Lindsay, a friend from the war. I had always felt for him. Oh, Lindsay's a man? I didn't think that. I'd always felt for him the same way your characters feel for each other. But I had never dared telling him. Now I have, thanks to you. The thought of seeing him again is what motivates me to get better and leave the hospital. I hope to hear back from him soon, but Lindsay is dead? After my discharge, I wanted to thank you for everything you've done for me. I've discovered Brigitte was a pseudonym, so tracking you down took longer than I thought. Fortunately, I'm a very patient and resourceful man, and I never give up. Do you think we could meet? I have so much to tell you, Paul.
I'm glad you were able to open up to Marcella like this. Everyone needs someone to talk to.
November 8th, 1957. Dear Marcella, thank you for answering my letter. I realize now how unsettling it must have been for you. Please forgive me for tricking your editor into giving me your address. I know I shouldn't have done that. I wanted to thank you as well for your encouraging words concerning Lindsay. I still haven't heard from him, and I'm starting to fear I might have the wrong address. I wish I could take a train to Virginia, but that's not an option right now as I can barely pay the rent. I guess we'll have to find a job. As a kid, I dreamt of being an actor, a Hollywood star. I know it's a foolish dream, but what else can I do? What am I good at? I've tried getting some odd jobs already, but employers turn me down as soon as they learn where I've spent the last 10 years of my life. If it continues like this, I'll probably end up on the street like so many of my army buddies. Why am I even telling you this? After reading your books and getting to know you through them, I tend to forget. I'm only a stranger to you. I hope you don't mind. You seem to be a good listener, and I've been feeling rather lonely ever since I left the hospital. Anyway, please tell me more about your life. And do not hesitate to write long letters. I must have read your previous one 1,000 times already. Paul.
An advance on my salary. So Marcella hired you. But what for?
December 5th, 1957, dear Marcella. I've just received a letter from Lindsay's mother. She tells me he's dead. Words cannot even begin to describe how empty I feel. He died 2 years ago, before I even sent the first letter. He will never know my feelings for him, and I will never know if he could have loved me back. I guess I should have known this would end in pain, just like your novels. I wish I had Lindsay's ability to find beauty everywhere, even during the war amidst the death and chaos. He would marvel at the forests of Germany, at the sun, at the birds. He loved birds so much. He could identify them just by listening to the song. I have to admit your proposition took me by surprise. I was hesitant to leave home at first. I was afraid to miss Lindsay's answer. But now there's nothing keeping me here. I am desperate for anything that will help me forget the pain. But I don't have enough money to make it to Texas. Do you think you could give me an advance on my salary? In spite of everything, I'm really excited to know I'll finally meet you, Paul.
Oh, Lindsay's a man. Yeah, I guess it was presumptuous of me to think otherwise.
Uh-huh. Same, girl. Same.
So, let me get this straight. Mrs. Beaumont and Mrs. Cruz are some kind of star-crossed lovers?
Seems like it, yeah. But I'm not sure whether they chose to meet here just to reconnect for a few days, or if there's something more to it.
Well, I may be able to help with that.
Really? How?
Oh, some mail arrived earlier for Mrs. Beaumont.
I wonder what's in it.
We could open it.
I mean, that's kinda illegal.
Oh,
Kinda.
is it?
Yeah, I think it is.
Well, too late. I've always known I would end up in prison one day.
Beth!
So?
I love you.
It's 3 train tickets. And, there's a tourism pamphlet for California.
California.
Well, it makes sense. It's much more progressive there than it is here.
So, Anna and Marcella want to go there to live their love freely.
Anne and Marcella, huh? You 3 are best pals now?
Well, after reading so much of their correspondence, I kind of feel like I know them, you know?
Yeah. But what about Mr. Morgan, though? I mean, Paul. How does he fit into all of this?
I think Marcella hired him. I found some letters Paul wrote to her. He said that her proposition took him by surprise, and that he'd need an advance on his salary.
What did she hire him for? To investigate her own affair?
I'm not sure. I didn't find the letter he was replying to.
And why did he have those pictures of you anyway?
I guess we'll never know for sure, but I don't think it was ever about me.
It's always been about Anne and Marcella.
Exactly.
Well, it feels a tad anticlimactic, but who needs drama, right?
At least it made our day pretty interesting.
It sure did. You know, after today, I think I get why you're so interested in the lives our guests lead. I try to forget they exist as soon as I'm done interacting with them. But once in a while, it's nice to remember that, well, even the most put-together person could be an absolute mess on the other side of the door.
What about you? Who is Beth Lambert when no one's looking?
I like to think that with me, what you see is what you get. But maybe an extra snoopy super sleuth could uncover a few more layers. Maybe ones I didn't even know I had.
Challenge accepted.
Come see me when your shift ends, alright? We could leave together if you want.
Sure. If we're able to. With all that snow, I'm thinking maybe we'll have no choice but to spend the night here.
Ooh, a sleepover. We could set up a pillow fort on the mezzanine.
A pillow fort? We do work in a hotel, you know. There are actual beds here.
I know, but isn't my way so much more fun?
Well, we could take a page out of Michael's book and decorate it, and then spend the night throwing stuff at Bernard whenever he comes through the lobby.
Oh, now you're talking.
I just have to finish my tasks for the day, and then I can leave.
Anne's letters to Marcella, and both letters written to recently to Marcella from Anne. They are tucked in Marcella's typewriter case. Paul's letters. Puzzling it out, but was able to help me out with the first hint. Thank goodness she knows about the city's nightlife, because I wouldn't even know where to start. She suggested Anne's favorite bar might be the White Cat, so I need to find something that refers to the opposite of Black Cat, fitting, because I feel like a cat on the prowl for more information. All's well that ends well. After looking inside Marcella's typewriter case, I think everything's fallen into place. There are a few lingering questions, but I think this is as far as the story goes for now. Anne and Marcella arranged to be here at the same time so that they could rekindle a relationship they started when they were at college. I really feel for them after spending the day learning the story. I hope it has a happy ending. I hope so too. I hope so too.
That ringing. Sounds like the elevator doors are jammed.
Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. I see blood. I see blood. I see... Oh, Jesus.
Mr. Cruz? Mr. Cruz. Oh God. Oh God. What happened? Mr. Cruz's life insurance policy. Why did he have this on him? Marcella? Okay, let's not jump to conclusions.
I mean, it's recent.
Is this about Paul? Does that mean...
February 16th, 1958. Dear Mr. Cruz, thank you for reporting that guest's unacceptable behavior. We will look into it as soon as possible. However, we regret to inform you that we cannot divulge a guest's personal information regardless of that guest's behavior. As I'm sure you will understand, we are very concerned with our guest's privacy and our staff prides itself on its discretion. Please contact us should that guest bother you again. Yours sincerely, Bernard Leduc, Hotel Manager. Hector. What on earth happened? I was on the 5th floor and heard the elevator door ringing repeatedly, so I went to check it out. I found Hector's body between the elevator doors, laying in a pool of blood. I checked his pulse and couldn't feel anything. On his person were 2 pieces of paper, a letter from Bernard and a copy of Hector's life insurance policy. My head is swirling with questions. What does it all mean? How did this happen? Who could have done this to Hector? If this was in fact someone else's doing. Lights out. And then the lights went out, as if the situation wasn't ominous enough. I need to get the power running again, and then I'll figure out what to do about poor Hector. I may as well try fiddling with the fuse box in the janitor's closet. Yeah, I'll do that.
I have to get the power back on.
Handprints. Are those handprints? Or are those... No, that's footprints. That's footprints. And here's handprints. Okay, so for... Yeah, here's handprints. Okay, so for a while he was still walking. And then here's the point where he like fell down and then he was crawling.
These look like Marcella's pearls. What happened here?
I don't feel good about this, especially if I can throw away all the things. I can meddle with the crime scene here. I don't like this. And I'm starting to feel like potentially Marcella hired...
Should I hold on to this, maybe?
Oh god, no. No, why did I do this? Like Marcella hired Paul to kill her husband? I hope not.
Poor Paul. Lindsay's death really hit him hard. He hasn't been in the best headspace.
Oh, Jesus, more reading. February 14th. Montreal is much bigger than I had expected. Big cities always make me feel lonely, and that feeling was only exaggerated this morning by the fact that everyone around me was speaking in a language I could not understand. I bought an English-French dictionary at the train station. But I don't think I'll need it after all. English speakers seem more common in the downtown area, thank God. The hotel is nice. When I arrived, the whole staff was busy getting ready for some big event. It wasn't until I saw Marcella enter the lobby with a flower bouquet that I realized today's Valentine's Day. Hector and her were gone in a flash, and I was left feeling more alone than ever, wishing Lindsay was here with me. Helping Marcella out these past weeks has been a great distraction, but it still hurts so much every time I think about him. I had hoped the pain would have gone by now. I'll probably need a double dose of Miltone to sleep tonight.
So Paul just needed to pass the time while Marcella was away. That's why he was observing us.
Today I wanted to follow Marcella and Hector out of the hotel, but the sidewalks were so packed with people that I started having a panic attack. I tried taking a cab, and that's when I realized I was all out of money. It's been a while since Marcella's last payment, and the hotel room was more expensive than I had anticipated. I couldn't resort to selling the camera, so I decided to pawn my victory medal instead. It was hard letting it go after so many years, and yet it also felt strangely liberating. Maybe it's a sign I shouldn't be holding on to the past so much. To fight boredom until Marcella and Hector's return, I started looking at the hotel staff. I heard Andrew and Beth at the reception desk discussing books and movies. They both seemed like nice people. I wish I had found the courage to join the conversation. When you look at people all day and they never look back, you start feeling invisible. I noticed that Sophie, the maid in charge of cleaning the 5th floor, seems to share my interest for other people's lives. Maybe I should try talking to her.
Paul was hiding out, right here. Did he ever find the person who was sneaking out at night?
February 16th. Who is sneaking out of the room every night? The question has been driving me crazy since my first night at the hotel, so tonight I decided to investigate. I found a hiding spot near the ice machine, with a nice view of the whole corridor. My camera is at the ready, and there's been no movement for at least 3 hours, and I'm fighting hard not to fall asleep. No need for Miltone tonight. I thought being a detective would be more exciting. Maybe Marcella's right. Maybe it's time to let go of Mr. Spade.
9:45? So Anne and Marcella met here this morning while I was busy cleaning room 504.
I woke around 9:30 a.m. and realized I had fallen asleep sometime in the early morning. I was about to get back to my room when the guest from 507 came to sit on one of the chairs close by. She's been there ever since, and I don't care, and I don't dare leave my hiding spot in front of her. Marcella joined the guest from 507 around 9:45. Apparently she told Hector she didn't love him anymore, and he's now convinced she's been cheating on him. That explains why he assaulted me at the Blue yesterday evening and accused me of having an affair with his wife. The guest from 507, I've learned her name is Anne, has just said she might have an idea on how to solve their problem. I'm thinking of revealing myself, but I don't want to anger Marcella. The longer I wait, the more awkward it will be when I do come out. Maybe I should...
Looks like Paul had to stop writing in a hurry. What happened? I was listening to the radio at the time. Did the music drown out the noise? Oh, so Paul's work with Marcella was to follow her around like a private investigator, to help her with research for her novel.
November 22nd, 1957. Dear Paul, I'm sorry to hear you're in such a dire situation. You seem to possess a lot of useful skills, and it's a shame employers cannot see past your medical history. But don't despair. I have been writing novels for almost 8 years now. My publisher takes most of the sales revenue, but I was still able to collect a sustainable sum of money over the years. Now I'd like to use that money to hire you. I'm getting tired of romance novels and I'm thinking of branching out into crime fiction. As a sort of research, I would like you to follow me around town and take notes of my comings and goings. I'm aware this is a very unusual job, but considering you were able to track me down, I believe you would make a great private detective. In addition to your salary, I would cover all work-related expenses, and you would of course be the first to read the manuscript once it's finished. Sincerely, M.
Paul really got into his role.
I have an awful suspicion. January 13th. Dear Paul, I hope spying on me isn't proving too exhausting. You've really inspired me so far, and I already have tons of ideas. The trench coats you bought were a nice touch. You look straight out of a film noir. I also noticed you started smoking. It's probably another way for you to get into character. But maybe that's pushing it a little too far. You know best, of course. But I'll pick up drinking next. At this rate, I should be able to start writing in 2 or 3 weeks. Thanks again for your help.
He followed Marcella to Montreal even though she was done with her research.
Paul, why did you follow me to Montreal? As I already told you, I do not require your services anymore. I'm starting to worry you're taking your role a bit too seriously. You're not a real detective. You have to let go.
A. B. and Beaumont.
That was necklace. Oh my god. I have blood on my... Is it mine? Okay. So, I have the sinking suspicion that our 2 lovely ladies might have murdered Hector and either planned to blame the murder on Paul, but then why buy 3 train tickets? Oh, for Michael! I'm so stupid, for Michael, of course. Okay, yeah. Either plan this and plan to blame it on Paul, or everything got out of hand.
The fuse box. Just get to the fuse box in the janitor's closet, Sophie. It's not far.
My god. I mean, I want to help these women be together, but... I believe I'm doing this. This.
Might need this to restore power.
Ah, now we're allowed to have it. The fuses.
That worked, thank God.
Okay, so I actually
Now,
needed the ice
to get
pick.
the power back. Eugene, what I would give to have you with me right now. Your note will have to make do.
If there's a power outage and I'm busy preventing another part of this hotel from collapsing, here's what to do. Check fuse box plan for required amperage of each socket. Remove all blown fuses from sockets. Tip: blown fuses are usually blackened. Screw in new fuses in socket. Make sure amperage is correct. Flick big lever to restore power. UG. Okay.
How did this end up here?
Nope, that's sauce.
Not much use without the rest of the code. Unless those numbers I found in the laundry room, could they be part of the same combination?
Uh, $23, $42, $16. You ruined my life, you fucking moron. I lost my house, my family, everything. And now you refuse to pay the money you owe me. For years I gave you my hard-earned money. It was all for nothing. I hope you and the All-American can burn in hell. SW. Woman and 3 children killed in house fire. The Williams house, located on 32nd Street, is a total loss. 4 members of a family died in a residential fire last night. According to police and firefighters, flames were seen coming from the two-story house by a neighbor at around 3 a.m. It took firefighters about one hour to extinguish the blaze. The bodies of a woman and 3 children were found in the house. Police identified the victims as Meredith Williams, 32, and her children Thomas, 12, David, 9, and Sarah, 6. Samuel Williams, the husband, managed to escape the house unharmed. That has to be the guest in room 504. I'm guessing. Because three children, 3 slightly burned plushies. Oh, no.
The bodies of a woman and 3 children. 3 children? Huh.
Yeah, I knew it. Yeah. Oh, no. Open. Oh! I wanted to inspect, and now I'm gonna fix a fuse box. And you know what? That I'm gonna leave and not meddle with. Okay, fuse box. We need a 15, so that's a type A. Okay, that's a type S. Okay. And that's a type G. Okay. And amateur electrician. Let's close that. Okay. Red message. A very aggressive message from SW. A revolver, I think. Come on, Sophie. Samuel Williams. Samuel Williams is a client of Hector Cruz. He lost his wife, 3 children, and a vessel under fire, but Cruz's company refused to pay his insurance claim. Holding Hector responsible for his current situation, Williams has been sending him death threats, and it would seem Hector took the threat seriously enough, considering he brought a gun on his wedding anniversary trip. Now, if my hunch is correct, it would seem Williams is staying at the Clarington in room 504. Those 3 singed teddy bears that I saw in his room while cleaning it this morning. At first it just seemed a little odd, but now they're downright tragic. Did William act on his death threats? Is he responsible for Hector's fate? Confusing fuses. I used an ice pick from the ice room to get the fuse box door open, but I should have guessed my work wouldn't end there. Why couldn't there just be a switch level power that I could flip? Some of the fuses on the panel have blown, so placing those should be the first thing I do. Thank God Eugene left detailed instructions on the inside of the fuse box. It's helpful in a way, having a task to focus on to keep my thoughts away from Hector. A missing piece. I couldn't resist circling back to room 5109 one final time, call it a gut feeling or something. I managed to open the safe and found a gun, a newspaper clipping, and an aggressive note accusing Hector and the insurance company he worked for of ruining the sender's life. It's signed SW. That's when it hit me. The guest in room 504 is a man staying alone with 3 stitched teddy bears. Does that mean what I think it means? Is SW here, at the Clarington? And if so, is he the one responsible for Hector's fate? Seeing the light. I've never been more grateful for electricity. The light from the window in the janitor's closet was enough for me to see what I was doing with the fuse box. And it occurred to me that had it been any later in the day, I would have been up the creek without a paddle. I'll head down to the lobby, go straight to reception, and get the police on the phone. This nightmare's almost over, or so I hope.
Power's back. Now I should go down to the lobby. Call the police.
Okay, now so the code for 504 is completely gone. I still cannot clean the damn towel. Okay, card financing, I've had that. Yeah. Everything's as I left it this morning. Or earlier in the day. Okay.
Is there anything I've forgotten? Once I leave this floor, I probably won't be able to come back. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Now let's see what my meddling gets me. Worst phone call to make. Restore the power on the 5th floor, but the rest of the hotel is still in the dark. At least I was able to make it to the lobby. I had to move Hector to get inside the elevator. I just want to forget that part, but it happened. It made me think of Mom. How many times did she have to move someone after they'd succumbed to a fatal wound? Did she ever get used to it? Oh, Mom. I wish you were here right now. I have to call the police and let them know about Hector. The phone by reception should work.
Beth? Where is everyone?
Montreal Police Service, Station 22.
There's a man dead. He's been murdered. I need the police.
Please stay calm, ma'am. Where are you right now?
The lobby, but the body, it's upstairs.
Can you give me the address, please?
Oh, 1178 Drummond Street.
All right, ma'am. Officers are on their way.
Thank you. So Anne and Marcella really are planning to run off together. Was what happened to Hector part of their plan? Is this the brochure Beth was talking about? The one that came in the mail for Anne? The West Coast. That's about as far from Montreal as you can get without crossing an ocean. Why does the VIP want to meet with Paul? Maybe he fell for his role-playing and wants to hire him as a private investigator.
To all reception staff, discard previous instructions. Our prestigious guest has expressed a desire to meet the guest from room 505. I cannot fathom what such an illustrious man wants from such a freak, but if you see him, please direct him towards my office. Thank you, Bernard Leduc.
Bernard really wants Paul out of the hotel.
To all reception staff, I've heard more reports on the guest from room 505 and his strange behavior, following people around, spying on guests, etc. As you are all aware, we have a very prestigious guest in room 602, and I would hate for his stay at our distinguished establishment to be tarnished because of some other undesirable guests. Inform the guest in 505 that he must vacate his room as soon as possible. Invent an excuse if you have to. Also note that from now on, our if you can pay, you can stay policy no longer applies. Guests who do not fit the hotel's new elevated standards should be denied the room. Thank you, Bernard Leduc.
Okay, I can see how this could make Paul look bad. But it's obvious Bernard cares more about the hotel's reputation than the guests' well-being.
I'm throwing Paul on the bus here. Kinda, to help the ladies.
Oh, hey you! Great timing, right? I'm thinking if we're lucky, Bernard will let us go home. No point in working in the dark. Sophie? Bean, you're not scared of the dark, are you? Hey, is everything okay?
I found Mr. Cruz. Hector.
Oh, you did? What was the bloke up to?
You don't understand. I found his body. He's dead, Beth.
Oh, merde. Merde. Sit down, okay? You look like you're about to faint. Have you called the police?
Yeah, they're on their way.
What happened? Was there an accident?
No, I don't think so. Someone did this to him.
You mean... Merde. Do you think it could have been Anne and Marcella?
I found something on Hector that would point to that. Yes.
Wait, so you touched the body? The dead body?
I mean, yes. Kind of.
Sophie, rule number 1 when stumbling upon a dead body. Do not touch. It could really get you in trouble. So, what did you find?
There was this letter that made it sound like Marcella would get a lot of money from her husband's death.
Throw the affair into the mix and you get a pretty good motive.
That's what I'm thinking.
I'm probably going to hell for saying this. Who am I kidding? I'm going to hell anyway. But I can't really blame her if she did it.
I'm not sure I'm following. You can't blame her for murder.
I'm not excusing it. I'm not. Just... women like Anne and Marcella have so few options. It's like the world is designed to keep them apart.
Beth.
Oh, you know. You know. I've been with a woman before. Ziva Rivers. She's a photographer in New York. We were together for a while, and I was so in love. It was like a fire rain couldn't put out. I guess like anything that intense, it wasn't meant to last. But while it lasted, I was the happiest I've ever been. And if something had come between us, kept us apart, I would have done just about anything to be with her. Maybe that's what happened here with Anne and Marcella.
Thank you. Thank you for trusting me with this.
Maybe now you can understand why I care so much about you. I don't know if I'm feeling inspired by Anne and Marcella, or if it's the shock of being so close to an actual murder, but, I'd really like for us to be more than just friends, Sophie.
Yeah. I'd like that too.
That's... that's great. The police is here. Just be mindful of what you tell them, okay?
Yeah, of course.
We have to play the interrogation? I'm screwed. I'm meddled with so much fucking stuff here.
Miss Roy? Miss Roy? Miss Roy!
Oh, sorry. I was distracted.
I really need you to focus right now. I don't want to be here all night, and I'm sure you don't either.
No, I don't.
So, as I was saying, we're trying to ascertain the circumstances of Mr. Cruz's death. Can you tell me how you came to find the body?
I was cleaning room 509 when I heard the elevator bell ring. Again and again and again. I thought maybe a child was playing with the doors, so I went out in the corridor, and that's when I saw him. All the blood and...
Why was the elevator bell ringing?
I'm sorry?
You said you heard the elevator bell ring. Why was it ringing? I assume it wasn't a child after all.
Well, Mr. Cruz's body was preventing the doors from closing.
Really? When we found the body, it wasn't that close to the doors.
Oh, the stairs are blocked because of the renovations, so the elevator's the only way out of the 5th floor. I had no choice but to move the body. Just a little.
Ah, so that explains the traces we found. Thank you for clearing that up. So, what did you do after that?
Well, That's when the power cut. So I had to go to the janitor's closet.
To access the fuse box.
Exactly. I changed a few fuses and turned the power back on.
But there's a lock on that box, isn't there? Did you have the key?
No, I didn't. Only Eugene does. But I thought an ice pick might do the trick, so I went to the ice machine to get one.
You're a size 7, I suppose.
Yes, I am. Why?
What did you see when you went to the ice machine?
There was blood. A lot of it.
Did you touch anything?
I might have touched a few things. Just to figure out what had happened to Mr. Cruz.
Of course you did. Why so many witnesses can't help but compromise the evidence is just beyond me. Anyway, what did you do after restoring the power?
I took the elevator down to the lobby. That's where I called the police.
Do you remember what you said to the operator? The exact words.
No, I'm afraid I don't.
You said, there's a man dead. He's been murdered.
That's possible.
What makes you so sure it was murder?
Well, I know about Mr. Cruz's angry customer. The one who sent him death threats.
Oh, yes, we found those. But the customer in question lives back in Texas, so there's no way he could have killed Mr. Cruz.
Actually, I think he may be staying at the hotel.
Have you encountered him?
No. In room 504, there's a guest who seems to be traveling alone. Yet, he has these 3 teddy bears in his room. Mr. Cruz's customer lost his 3 children in a fire, and these bears are slightly burnt. So...
An interesting deduction. I'll look into that. But how do you even know about the death threats?
Mr. Cruz told me the other day.
Really? Was he in the habit of talking about his personal life with hotel maids?
I really can't say what his habits were, but he seemed to like me.
Did he now? Here's what I think, Miss Roy. I think you went through Mr. Cruz's belongings while you were cleaning his room. I know that's a little hobby of yours. Guests' personal notes left lying around. Makeshift keys left inside of locks. You haven't exactly been subtle about it, have you?
Shit.
Now, unless you want me to arrest you for violating your guest's privacy, I suggest you tell me everything you know.
Damn.
All right.
Let's start with the victim's wife, Marcela Cruz. Apparently, she left in quite a hurry this morning. What can you tell me about her?
Do I have any choice other than being honest right now? I'm so stupid. I'm so stupid.
She's having an affair, but it's not what you think. She's been in love with another woman since college. They've been apart for more than 10 years, and now they're...
Yes, I know all about Mrs. Cruz and Mrs. Beaumont's sexual deviance. Have you ever witnessed them engaging in immoral behavior?
What do you mean?
I'm asking if you've seen them being, intimate.
No, I haven't. No.
And did you hear them discuss their deviant ways in front of Mrs. Beaumont's son, perhaps? Imagine what kind of effect such perversion can have on a young child.
No, I didn't hear anything.
Did you hear them express their hatred of men? Did they ever talk about using violence against men? Did you hear them speak ill of Mr. Cruz?
No, I didn't hear any of that. I'm sorry I can't be of more help.
No, I'm sure you are. But we're not quite done yet, Miss Roy. We've learned from one of your colleagues that the victim had a fight with a guest named Mr. Spade. What can you tell me about him?
He spent some time in a psychiatric hospital after the war. That's when he got into Mrs. Cruz's novels, and they really helped him.
Yes, I already know about his time in a madhouse. We called the place and they painted quite the picture of him. Did you ever see him display odd behavior in or around the hotel?
No. I mean, we've all got our little quirks, don't we?
Did he seem obsessed with Mrs. Cruz?
A little, maybe, but...
Obsessed enough to kill her husband?
No, nothing like that. We all have our obsessions. Me, for instance. I'm obsessed with celebrities and gossip magazines, and...
You don't seem to understand, Miss Roy. Mr. Spade is not like you and me. He may look like us, but he's not. He's dangerous and needs to be taken off the streets. So tell me, did you ever see him be violent or aggressive?
Did I see it?
No, I didn't.
I'm sorry, Miss Roy, but I just don't believe you. I think you know more than you've let on.
Can I please leave?
You can. But you'd better stay in town. I'm sure I'll have more questions for you very soon.
Bernard was strangely chipper on the phone. That can't be a good sign. I guess I'll know soon enough.
Waiting it out, the police are on the way. I think it's the most I can do right now. It hasn't completely done the knots in my stomach and the tension in my shoulder. But it's a start. I might as well ride a bit, pass the time until they arrive. I don't know what will happen next. If my hunch is correct and Hector was indeed murdered, I suppose the police's main priority will be to determine who did it. I'm probably going to have to answer some questions, aren't I? The interrogation. I never imagined I would be sitting in an interrogation room at a police precinct. It was like something out of a crime film. The kind of scene you watch and wonder what you would do if you were in that character's place. Turns out the reality is much more nerve-wracking. Detective Tremblay told me outright that he didn't believe me. I'm not sure I blame him either. I was so overwhelmed I can hardly remember what came out of my mouth. I don't know what will happen next, but I can't help but expect the worst. After the storm. It's been tough being alone with my thoughts since the hotel closed 2 days ago. According to the papers, the police are still investigating and haven't made any charges yet. I just hope they take the time to get it right. The last thing this whole ordeal needs is an innocent person put behind bars. Anyway, this morning I got a call from Bernard calling me into the hotel. He sounds surprisingly chipper, cheerful even. I wonder how it will feel walking into the Clarington again after everything that's happened. A detective? Roger. Okay. Clues. Train tickets. California flyer. Letters to reception.
Let's go see what Bernard wants. The atmosphere is so different in here. Will it ever feel like it'll probably be a while before the hotel reopens?
Why do I feel like we're getting fired?
I'm not going back up there.
Ugh, go to hell.
Beth,
Hey,
are you okay?
I'm out of a job. But other than that, yeah, everything's just peachy.
What?
Oh.
No,
I hope you're luckier than I am.
No.
Come join me when he's done with you, all right? I'll be questioning my life choices on the mezzanine.
yeah. Yeah, okay.
Nah, I fucked up. We're both getting fired.
Ah, Miss Roy. Come in. I suppose you know why you're here?
I would guess it has something to do with the murder.
Well, you'd be right about that. We've been getting a lot of press lately, and not the good kind. I wouldn't expect you to understand the position I'm in, but I assure you, it's quite uncomfortable. To have one's life's work blown away like that. All thanks to some sexual deviance and a nut job. It's obvious to me now that I haven't been firm enough. For guests of such morals to be comfortable booking a few nights here and committing such a horrid act. Things need to change. This means elevating our standards to the highest possible level, and it starts with the people working here. It starts with you.
With me?
Yes. From what I've heard, you've been quite the exemplary maid lately. Clean rooms, satisfied guests.
I take my job very seriously, sir.
As you should. We'll see for the future, but for now, you'll be allowed to continue working here.
Wow!
Thank you.
I'm not done. The police have finished their investigation and left a mess on the 5th floor. I want you to clean it up.
You want me to go back there?
Yes, why not?
I found a dead body on that floor. I'm not going back.
I'll make this simple for you. If you don't do it, you're fired.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I'll take care of it.
Good. Well, what are you waiting for? Get to work.
Oh, now?
Yes, now. That'll be all.
Okay, now the question is, could we have anything to prevent Beth from getting fired?
Hey.
Hey.
What a week.
Yeah. So, what did Bernard want with you?
He wants me to clean the mess on the 5th floor.
What? Unbelievable. Oh, he's such a jerk.
Yeah. I wish I would have stood up to him, but I really need this job.
I know you do.
Did Bernard say why he was firing you?
Ugh. He was going on and on about keeping deviants out of the hotel, so I may have lost my cool a little.
A little?
Okay.
I told him I was one of those deviants he was so afraid of. He froze for a moment, then showed me the door.
Well, I'm not one bit worried about you. I know you'll be just fine.
Yeah, I do have a cat-like ability to land on my feet.
And think of all the good times you'll have away from Bernard.
I'll miss annoying him. He turns into a particular shade of red that only I can get out of him. But no, you're right. It's time for new challenges. I could see myself owning my own establishment, one that caters to the right kind of crowd. Believe it or not, I do enjoy the company of people, just not, you know, the stuck-up, entitled clientele of this prestigious hotel. But maybe if I were behind the counter of, say, a bar, instead of a reception desk. I don't know. Is that silly?
No, it's not. In fact, you'd be perfect for it. You're the most charming person I know.
Thank you. I'm really glad you're in my life.
Me too. Can I,
Kiss me?
yes.
I thought you'd never ask.
That was...
I know.
I've been thinking about Anne and Marcella a lot.
Should I be jealous?
No, not in that way. I've been thinking about what they went through. How they had to lie and pretend. Day after day. How they had to live someone else's life for 10 years before they could finally be with each other. I don't think I could do that.
Well, I have good news for you, Bean. Times are changing. It's already started elsewhere, and it will get here eventually. One day, all the Annes and Marcellas of the world will live happily together, and no one will give a damn.
I really hope that's true.
It will be.
Oh no! They're all being charged. Shit, I wanted to protect them. Oh, fucked up royally. Again. I'm regretting all my choices here. All of them. Okay, not all of them. Damn. Noah was trying to throw Paul under the bus and save Anne and Marcelo. That didn't work out. Jesus. Okay, I have to replay that. I have to replay that in my off time. I'm not gonna do it on stream. But yeah. What an interesting game. I liked it a lot. Now it's just to see what kind of things you can do to change the ending. I wonder... Yeah, I should have probably cleaned up the chest, Anne's chest. But that's the only thing I left flying around. I made so sure to close all the doors. I even closed the chest in, like, Marcella's chest. But I completely forgot about Anne's. I'm so mad about that. Dang it. So, this is and was a very, very fun game and a very interesting experience. And I can't wait to play this again and watch other people play it, see what choices they make, and how that affects the story, the gameplay, and the ending. Let's live velocity. But yeah, I'm sad. I didn't want the girls to go to prison. I mean, I don't want Paul to go to prison either. I'm not even sure who did it. I mean, honestly, from the necklace and the cigarettes, it's very likely that the women did it, but it's kind of a self-defense. Was Paul still in the corner and stabbed Hector from the back? Ah, Jesus. I don't even know what the truth is here. Dang. I thought by removing the necklace and cigarettes that I would protect them from being suspicious. And of course, removing the paper about the life insurance. But apparently that wasn't enough. Maybe if I had closed Anne's box again, maybe that would have made the trick. Then I could have lied about the affair and blamed, kind of thrown Paul on the bus. It's not fair to him either. Dang. Well, anyway, I hope you guys had fun. Yeah, consider playing the game if you like it. Thanks for watching, thanks for liking. I hope you're having a wonderful stream. Wonderful stream. Wonderful evening, morning, afternoon, wherever you are. Yeah. Still bummed. Still bummed about the ending though. But yeah. Wishing you guys all the best. See ya.
Drum and reciprocates. Mine when I'm far